Madam Chair, Mr. Mark Rodder, Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, Mr. Kern Das, President of this August and Esteem Institute, NESC, Mr. Vinny Sinat, Director of Caribbean Well Services Company Limited, my colleague, Mr. Terence Ali, Senior Chemical Engineer, Acting, Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, all of the professionals, and I was very, very happy and elated, Mr. Sinat. I didn't know Mr. Gamak, but the three August individuals to your right are persons that I know. I've worked with my entire life. They were my bosses. And I know that the level of competency that you have there, these people are extremely competent, particularly in this area of drilling and workover. Yes, I am endorsing them. Yes? To all of your team members of Caribbean Well Services, to the members, the staff, and all of the educators at the NESC, to the excellent and wonderful students, I want to thank you for coming out on your holidays. I think you need to give them the acknowledgement. And I want to apologize for keeping you all back because we started a bit late, so I wish to humbly apologize. And to the members of the media, I really, really appreciate you being here. It's the South Media. I'm always happy to see you all coming out here. Thank you very, very much. And to your program director, Mr. Khan, I want to thank you for your commitment. I want to thank you for all of the work you have done. And what I'm about to say, I believe I'm going to be giving you some strength to keep this thing going. Yes? So if you'll allow me to start my discourse, a pleasant and wonderful morning to everyone. And greetings from the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, my Minister, the Honorable Dr. Rudal Munilal, MP, and of course, from my Honorable, esteemed and powerful Prime Minister, Mrs. Kamla Persad Bissessar, SC, MP. It is a pleasure to be here today with you at the NESC Drilling Academy. Since its inception, this academy has played a crucial role in equipping numerous skilled workers to fulfill the requirements of the dynamic energy landscape. I commend the NESC Technical Institute for its adaptability over the past decades, and I thank them for convening us here today. Over the years, NESC has successfully trained thousands of graduates, preparing them for the skilled positions in the high-demand sectors throughout its campuses in Trinidad and Tobago. NESC's approach to skill development remains on the pulse, as NESC continues to play a crucial role in promoting social progress through education by fostering humanistic values via diverse learning experiences. Furthermore, the institution remains committed to addressing the needs of the domestic industry, which is vital for the success of our hydrocarbon sector. The energy industry continues to remain a viable pathway to transforming the youth landscape. In the first quarter of 2025, a number of persons reported to be employed in the oil and gas sector averaged about 12,800, accounting for a mere 2.3% of our country's labor force. As our government aims to restore Trinidad and Tobago to be the energy hub of the Caribbean, we aim to create employment opportunities for our citizens as well, and with a keen focus on youth development. And as I always say, what gets measured gets done. So 2.3%, we want to increase that by maybe 100% come next year, but let me continue. It is with this great recognition that capacity development, industry collaboration, and practical application within the energy sector must not be understated. Technical institutes of this nature have become the cornerstone to youth skill development to service the energy sector. NESC itself, being founded in 1997 to fill the skill set gap, to provide training for workers of the then construction of the Atlantic LNG Train 1 in Point Forte. The latest published education stats indicates that almost 3,700 students enroll annually in non-tertiary technical vocational educational institutes, with 45% being in the youth category. Youth development is on the forefront of this government's agenda, as we firmly believe that our youth are the solution to be unleashed into our country. We as a government, seek to ensure that youth skill development and empowerment remain a pillar of our national identity. Prior to the establishment of the NESC in 1997, access to training for operating drilling rigs was limited for the majority of the population. This essential training was typically available for those only who were fortunate enough to secure employment within one of the numerous multinational companies operating in the region. We have therefore been extremely fortunate to have provided thousands of students over the past decade with hands-on experience on par with international standards. Today, I look forward in seeing youth development in its full display with the interactive demonstration and our drilling tour. And before I close, there are some highlights I would like to make mention of. I made some special notes. I was telling Mr. Das that I hope he is fit and ready. I want to turn our attention to the existence of a national apprenticeship policy that has been there. I believe it was completed somewhere around 2021 thereof. Don't kill me for the year. But it sits there and it needs to be activated. I'm calling on the institutes like NESC to help us, to help me, to help my Prime Minister in driving that national apprenticeship policy. And this is why, and I'll give you the reason for that. In our short tenure, we have been speaking to some of the energy giants. We spoke to Atlantic LNG, we spoke to NGC, and as you would have seen in a very the historic return of the energy giant themselves, Exxon. We would like to see that this drilling school become the foundation for oil and gas training, information, and development of our citizens. We would like to see partnership taking place in a more strategic and more lasting and far-reaching way. So, for example, I noticed in your presentation, I saw that UWI and other institutes like them would have come on board from time to time. We would like to see, driven by our national apprenticeship policy, that these institutions are corralled, and corral may not be the best word, but that we are all coming into one umbrella with that focus, and I'll tell you why. We are experiencing the changing of the guards right now. Most of the people who are experienced and qualified in the oil and gas industry are 45 years and over. I'm talking about the persons who have the knowledge, who have the qualifications, and who have the skills, who would have worked and so on. So that what we must focus now in the next 5 to 10 years is a seamless transition of hundreds, maybe thousands of young persons who we can prepare to take the place of these professionals. And NESC must be the fulcrum, must be the foundation to drive that transition. We must see, just like in the larger countries, diploma, degree, master's, and PhD programs in drilling, in some of those specialized skills that we are not able to get at our university, that's either UTT or UE, all organizations of that nature must be in collaboration and using NESC as the fulcrum. I would like to see personally, because I am from the industry, there is no secret, and I make no secret about that. I am proud, I am a proud oil and gas worker, very proud, coming from the shop floor to Almighty God opening a door to now be a minister. And I'm saying I'm proud, and we will do all that we have to do to return this country to the glory that we have had as being the pinnacle, the hub, the essence in the Caribbean for oil and gas learning, oil and gas training, and oil and gas employment. That is our commitment on behalf of myself and my minister as it relates to our sharp focus in the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries. In closing, we are committing to make, in collaboration, of course, with you, Mr. Das, and your team, NESC needs to become, maybe, I know it's under tertiary education, but I think it needs to return home under the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, so that it can become the premier training institute for the oil and gas industry in Trinidad and Tobago. Why? Because it's a national, it's ours. It's ours. And that I know my colleagues, Minister of Tertiary Education, Minister of Education, I know that I will have no fight, simply because we have one head, and our head in this government is to really get our country back to that first world status. And before I even say that, I wish to encourage all the large companies, Shell, Atlantic LNG, Exxon, Heritage, and so on, to seek good partnership and to seek out NESC and to use NESC and its experience to, again, to create opportunities for our young people, but more so to ensure that we have the certified, qualified professionals necessary for what is going to be a seriously expanded oil and gas industry in a very quick time. I want to thank you, NESC, and to thank you, all of the professionals that are gathered here, to thank you, the young people who took the time out of your holidays to come out here, to thank the media as well, and to say to you that the government of Trinidad and Tobago is extremely committed to ensure that our country, Trinidad and Tobago, returns to be the hub, the energy hub of the Caribbean. I wish to emphasize that we remain committed as a ministry in providing the support required for the sustainability and the continuity and towards the successfulness and viability of this institute. I want to thank you again, and may you continue in your excellent work, and I look forward to getting good reports from your training partner as we move to expand this. And as I leave, I'm from Point Fortin, as you know, my constituency. And Mr. Das, I do hope that in the next couple of weeks, I will be seeing NESC's with a greater significant presence in what is probably the energy hub of Trinidad and Tobago, Point Fortin. Thank you very much, and you all have a wonderful and excellent day. Thank you.